Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
My guest is Don Mosher, corporate consultant for Cypress Development. Welcome back to the show, Don.
My pleasure.
Don, lithium stocks took a pounding over the past week, somehow connected to the coronavirus outbreak. Kind of a phenomena around the planet. It wasn't just in China. What can you tell us about that?
I think it's impacted all the commodities. Copper's off quite a bit. Really, a slowdown in China would have a detrimental impact on the actual demand for all metals out there. We'll have to wait and see what it's like. But regardless of that, I mean, you need to look at the bigger picture. I think the coronavirus will probably be relatively short-lived, like SARS. And a buddy of mine, Rick Mills, who writes a newsletter ahead of the herd.com, wrote a really good piece this week on energy metals and EV predictions showing how the strained metal supply. Out of the article, I really am going to focus on the lithium side of it. You know, he's talking about currently less than 1% of the world's vehicles are electric, but by 2030 they're expected to represent 11% of new vehicle sales. The demand that's going to put on all these energy metals is going to be astronomical. Like the Tesla S is a 70 kilowatt battery. It uses about 63 kilograms of lithium carbonate equivalent per vehicle. And the Volt is a little smaller, but comparable. So when you start to actually do the math on where we're at right now and what the demand is and what the production is, we've got a little bit of a surplus out there right now. You know, we're producing about 360,000 tons a year, and we're using about 310 of it. But you don't have to look very far ahead to see where we're going to be going with it. And with the problems that we're having in Chile, Argentina, Bolivia, and he really does take a look at this. Like, there's only been one new player since 2014 that's gotten complete exploration permits in Chile, which is Wealth Minerals. The second largest producer there, SQM's got water problems, so they're not allowed to expand any further, along with Albemarle. And a lot of the spodumene deposits in Australia are pausing operations because with the price drop, they're not making any money on their production. You know, with Cypress, which is really who I work for, we're looking at a new type of production out of claystone deposits in a very stable jurisdiction, being Nevada, in a country that it's got virtually no lithium production at all. So I think if you take a look forward, you really need to be taking a look at where lithium's going to be coming from and where the demand's going to take the prices to.
And so many governments now, too, have mandated that at a certain point they're going to make electric vehicles mandatory and they won't allow the sale of any more gasoline-powered cars.
I think Germany's running along that type of a trend, if you want to call it that right now. I mean, obviously, the government of California always is in the lead of that. So, you know, the anticipated production of seeing electric vehicles, you know, move up to 11% of the market by 2030, I think is very realistic. The issue is going to be where the supply of raw commodities is going to come from. The longer these little periods, like what we're going through with the coronavirus right now, happen, the less money is being invested into finding, developing, and constructing mines in all these varieties of metals. Specifically, my interest is in lithium. But at some point in time, there's going to be shortage crunches. And as you know, every time there's a shortage in commodities, the prices skyrocket.
Don, can you tell us a little bit about Cypress Development, what you do, where it comes from, and what your goals are?
Cypress Development is Lithium development company located in Clayton Valley, Nevada, US of A. We have moved into completing a pre-feasibility study on a claystone deposit in Nevada. We should have that study published here probably by the end of February. Middle to the end of February is the timeline I'm running with right now. And we trade on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol CYP. We also trade in the U.S. under the OTC symbol CYDVF. And in Frankfurt, C1Z1 there. All our information is available at cypressdevelopmentcorp.com on our website.
Don, thanks a lot for the update.
Thank you very much.
My guest has been Don Mosher, corporate consultant for Cypress Development. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on January 29th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at howstreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of House Street Media Incorporated.